For some 5 decades, artist and musician Laurie Anderson has been redefining cultural boundaries. In a new album, she's now exploring the story of an earlier woman who reached for the heights. Senior arts correspondent Jeffrey Brown reports for our Arts and Culture series, Canvas.
So this is where a lot of stuff happens.
It happens. Some of the stuff happens here, and this is mostly the audio world. So this is where
Laurie Anderson in her downtown New York studio, altering the sound of her voice.
this is a standard vocoder. If you sound different, you're a different person. So this you can make more symphonic.
Creating musical layers with her electronic viola. For some 50 years, she's been a pioneer of storytelling, mixing music, art, theater, and film. A happily uncategorizable artist of our time.
There are ways of making things that it doesn't matter what the material is in a way. If I'm playing the violin or if I'm painting, I'm using the same arm. I'm asking myself the exact same questions. Is it bright enough? Is it crazy enough? Is it sweet enough, beautiful enough? Is it complicated enough? Is it communicating enough?
Now she's turned her attention to a fascinating pioneer of another time and talent,
Take off, May 20th.
Amelia Earhart, and her 1937 attempt to circle the globe, a flight that ended in mystery and tragedy.
This modern world of science and invention is of particular interest to women.
Anderson uses Earhart's own voice, logs, and letters layered into narration and music to produce a 22-track evocative mix of classical and electronic strings, effects, sounds, and percussion. All of it composed and performed by Anderson, joined by other singers and an orchestra, to imagine her way into Earhart's cockpit.
The instruments quiver.
So I tried to imagine what it would be like for a pilot to be in a little plane like that with the motor going like, days and days. It's really hot. There's no AC in these little cockpit seats like this. What did that feel like?
Amelia Earhart.
She also loved and connected with Earhart's deep interest in the latest technology of her time.
She was not white gloves at all. She was down in the engine and seeing, what's going on and working with her mechanics and her designers. And I really admire that.
That does sound a little like you.
I identified with her, of course.
You did from the beginning.
Yeah, there aren't many models for women in this country, people to do stuff. I just gravitated over to her. She's a Midwesterner also, so like me, and so I kind of thought, why would she want to do that?
Oh, Superman.
Anderson has been known for asking herself and us pointed, sometimes unexpected questions since her 1981 song, Oh, Superman.
And I said, okay, who is this really?
A mix of electronic music, words, and movement that became an unlikely pop hit. It was a breakthrough into the larger culture after years as an avant-garde artist. One of her early signature pieces, Duets on Ice for violin and tape recorder, performed on streets wearing skates frozen into a block of ice. When the ice melted, the music stopped. The ethos of the 1970s New York art and music world she was a big part of, experiment.
We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't.
Yeah.
But we wanted to make things. So we all had pickup trucks. We were all like DIY people. We helped each other. This is so key. We never thought we'd make a living doing this stuff, music and dance and theater. We just wanted to experiment, make something that wasn't there.
But somehow you did.
And it was exhilarating.
And I said, pain.
Over the years, in addition to her 13 albums and performances all over the world,
It's a virus. I want to tell you a story.
Anderson has made films like Heart of a Dog, written a multimedia performance based on Herman Melville's Moby Dick, helped create the opening ceremony for the 2004 Athens Olympics, and created solo exhibits of her paintings and drawings, including The Weather, shown at the Hirshhorn Museum in Washington, D.C. in 2021. In 1992, she met another downtown star, rock and roll legend Lou Reed. They were together for the next 21 years, marrying in 2008 before his death in 2013. It was a loving partnership that encompassed Buddhism and Tai Chi as well as music. And she says, constant artistic seeking and questioning.
I talked to Lou a lot about why do anything?
Why do
And
anything?
why do anything?
Yeah.
Why write this song? Why do this show? Why, what are you here doing this for? And the answer really is that you just look for the brightest light possible and go that way. We had many conversations about what we were doing as artists and why we were doing it, and it was really about trying to go there, to that.
Now 77, Anderson is still going to new places with technology, including the world of AI. She's working with a machine learning institute in Australia, which has inputted everything she and Reed wrote or recorded into a supercomputer. And how does that sound? How does that feel?
This is not like a Ouija board and I'm talking to my dead husband, really. I'm not actually crazy. But people have styles and they are real things. I mean, I'm not afraid of machines taking over at all. I'm afraid of people becoming machines, not even seeing things for themselves or thinking for themselves. That's what I'm afraid of.
She's also become something of a TikTok sensation, as Oh Superman has been taken up and restyled by a new generation, especially her lines, "You don't know me, but I know you."
I was thrilled because I want to be useful. I want to have people use this for something. As I learn more and more about what stories are, I realize this is a constant. The stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you want, those are stories to help you live. If you don't have those suddenly, it's terrifying. I mean, you'll keep living, you'll keep eating, but it's the story that keeps you going.
After finishing work on Amelia, Laurie Anderson has turned to an even more ambitious work about nothing less than climate change and the possible end or saving of the world. She calls it ARC. For the PBS NewsHour,
I'm Jeffrey Brown with
Laurie Anderson.